What is going on, everybody, man? Hey, this is your boy JC with my co-host King DV. But hey, tonight is going to be a little different. We're going to do a little quick recap, with the Vikings. A content creator, he decided to come back and show his face. How dare him come back here? But hey, guess what? He's man enough to come back, talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly with his Vikings. What is going on, King, before we bring him on? Can't hear you. You mute. I can't. You are mute. It's not on me.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, man, I'm just excited about this matchup, man. They've been talking nice about Carson Wentz and what he did here and everything like that. But I'm ready to get down and dirty, man. You already know I wanted to beat a Commanders fan before I leave for this vacation, so I'm excited. But I do want to hear what Dave has to say.
All right, so without further ado, let's bring Dave back on the show. What is going on, Dave? Skull Nation in the house. I'm surprised you even showing your face, especially all that smack talk you was talking on King DV when y'all did your live. Your face was looking all disgusting every time you talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, and y'all got spanked. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. I'm on here because you asked.
Oh, okay.
I think you got me confused with my co-host Rap, who was on every single channel talking crap about you guys in every chat, everything he could do. It's funny. Yeah, we were both on your show. I was probably more the quiet one, but yeah, that game got out of hand. So hey, I'm back to talk about it. We didn't jump off a cliff and say the season's over. So hey, I'm here to talk about it with you guys.
All right, man. Hey, shout out to you for coming, man. Hey, if y'all watching on the Eagles on Minds and King DV station, please go follow Minnesota Sport Podcast, right? No, Minnesota Sports Talk. Yeah. Dave, he's a humble guy. And I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive that we might see the Minnesota Vikings again, Eagles, Vikings part 3 later on down the road, but we will see. But a little quick recap, Dave. This is your platform. I do want to give you a chance to actually tell me, recap of Monday night game against the Vikings, the good, the bad, and the ugly. What was the good thing that happened with the Minnesota Vikings, if any?
Well, I mean, you could probably think that, there's probably nothing good that came out of that game, but I went and watched the game play for play again. NFL Plus, thank you very much for allowing me to do that. And there were some things, we got, even though Irv Smith Jr. dropped a freaking 70-yard potential touchdown, he ended up having 5 catches in that game and scored a touchdown. He could have had 2 touchdowns and a Hondo on 6 catches if he would have just caught that ball. So it was nice to see Irv Smith Jr. He hadn't played football in 2 years, so it was good to see him coming out. I'm saving the defense for the ugly. It was Danielle Hunter's playing at a high level still. He hit your quarterback a couple times and got a sack. I'm trying to find other good things about this, and I think we didn't give up. We were still throwing the ball, trying to get in the end zone, and when you press like that, interceptions are going to happen. So I feel like we didn't give up, and I did a video that said, don't give up on the Vikings because they didn't. So and that's what I thought about the game, is that It was on the road. We were still trying to, with the block field goal. We were still trying to come back and punch in that end zone, but we were just you guys were blitzing us late. You guys were just trying to, keep us from scoring any more points. So I felt like we kept fighting.
All right. So what was the good that you saw that came out the Philadelphia Eagles? Did the Philadelphia Eagles look better than you expected? And how surprised were you the way they came out? Were you surprised at all? I mean, what was some good that you saw from the Philadelphia Eagles that could be a good thing moving forward? Whatever team they face moving forward throughout the season.
You guys, it was deceptive to see you guys play two different kind of halves that first game against the Lions, right? And I think your defensive coach admitted, I didn't hear it with my own ears, but maybe you said it or other people said it, that he took his foot off the gas. You did. Okay. Yeah. That he may have took the foot off the gas. So apparently that was the case because you had every answer for us. Your cornerbacks played tremendous. We offensively, we helped you guys out a lot playing this cover shell defense that reminded me of Zimmer giving up, late fourth quarter touchdowns to lose games for us. And we took that defense and played it the entire game without making any adjustments. But I think that I had said the game plan should have been to, rush for, keep your quarterback in the pocket and let him throw. But I did not want was us to give him a 6-yard cushion, all your receivers 6-yard cushions the entire game. So you guys took advantage of it. I have said, and I said on your show earlier, was that Hurts is fun to watch. I did say currently he was a one read or run.
I heard that.
That was his. And then, hey, I'm not the only one ever said that after watching him play last year. And he still hadn't showed it yet. But the good point someone made, and it wasn't on your show, but they said that he maybe that first game ran out of necessity rather than as a strategy. And I had agreed with them on that. So I was open-minded. And again, I don't know if it was which show I was on when I said it. It was on two Philly shows. But I said, hey, I would want him on my team too. And that's on record. That's recorded. I can go find the clip. But yeah, he proved it last night. He proved it against us. Whether or not maybe we gave him too much cushion, he could just pick us apart. But he was accurate on his throws. He didn't miss anybody. Wasn't late on anybody. So I have to give him all the credit. He looks like the real deal. And you got a good one there.
Wow, that's what I like to hear, man. You know what? That's what I like to hear. And like I said, man, it's hard for people to admit, even Philly fans, you know what I mean? Like they are starting to come around. They're starting to apologize. Yes, it's only 2 games in the season, but you could already tell that if you play zone, he's so more like he's really accurate right now. I mean, the throws he was throwing to Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown between and that zone when they sat down was very impressive. So it's good to hear from outside, that you think that Hurts is, he's getting better. Even you starting to see it too. And you recognize it and you apologize. So it's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. But now let's go into the bad. The bad thing that happened to the Minnesota Vikings. Not the ugly one yet, but the bad things. Give me a couple bad things that you saw that could carry on if they don't get it fixed before Sunday's matchup against the Lions.
Our run defense, man. That's two games in a row where we gave up too many yards on the ground. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know they're not prepared for it. I know you guys ran a few draw plays at the end of the game, and our guys were backing up, and our linebackers were backing up on them. If they had keys, they weren't reading them. You know what I'm saying? If they had keys, they weren't reading them. So you guys were running at will at us. You probably could have ran more, but you were passing so well. So why do it? 160 yards rushing or more, 100 or 300 yards or more passing. there was nothing good to say about our defense besides some individual efforts. Like Wanham played a pretty good game for us, and he's a backup. He got another sack 2 weeks in a row, and Daniil played hard. Our secondary was lost, I think. My co-host says Dancer had a good game. They picked on him more than Peterson, so who knows? Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what Bynum was thinking, letting your guy run straight down the middle of the field. Wasn't even a double move. He just ran straight up the line, straight up the field. Was it Devontae?
No,
Quez Walker scored that. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell are you? So Dancer lets the guy go to be picked up by, it was zone, it looked like, to get picked up by the safety, and her safety bit on an out route by the tight end. I'm like, what the, that was just the ugliest defense. So yeah, the defense was just bad.
Now you said, hey,
ugly.
2 games in a row against the Packers, they ran on y'all. Eagles ran on y'all. Y'all about to face a Detroit line. DeAndre Swift, this dude had 100-something yards and 10 yards per carry. So if y'all can't stop the run 2 weeks in a row,
against you guys, right?
No, like last week too.
He had like 60. Too. He had combined 100 yards, but he had like 64. They're what's his name? Brown, I think. He had 2 carries for like 64 yards. He was Swift wasn't even the leading rusher on that team, which is scary. They had 190 total.
So yes, well, that's what I'm saying. So if y'all can't stop the run, then what makes y'all think that y'all could actually? I don't know.
I don't think at this point. That we can. So they got to come out with something different. Now, keep in mind, a lot of the yardage that Packers were getting on the run were 1 quarter, and we adjusted, on the fly, and we didn't. And they ended up only getting like 100, under 110. So, but they were big. They were getting some big chunk yardage in that third quarter, but it carried over, and now it seems to be a problem after playing you guys, and the Lions aren't going to let up. So this is a new defense we haven't played. The Vikings have not seen on the field in like 30, 40 years. 3-4 defense. So hopefully it just gets better and better as it goes along, and they may figure this out going in this next game. But we're going to be having to look elsewhere for run stuffers, because that's what Harrison Phillips was meant to be. That's what Tomlinson was meant to be. Bullard, our 2 linebackers, all those guys are supposed to be good run defenders, but maybe the 3-4, we just haven't figured it out yet on how to make that a run defense rather than a shell. Let them, give 10-yard cushion defense. So yeah, we got to figure it out going into the Lions.
Yes. So now the ugly. Are we going to end this on the ugly note for you guys? Tell me something that was the ugliest thing you saw on Monday night. That is very, very concerning. Yes, we talked about the run game, but was that the ugliest part of this game, or was it Kirk Cousins 3 interceptions? He should have had about 20 of them, but what was the ugliest part of this game for you as a Vikings fan that's alarming moving forward?
Well, when you say you should have 20 picks, well, he had a pick, and the picks could have came earlier, so it would have still been 1 pick. So, so you can't say he's going to have 20 picks when he maybe threw 3 bad passes in the same drive. But yeah, so there was a couple decisions by. I'm not going to put that last pick. That's desperation. You guys rush 6. He's on his heels. He's got Justin Jefferson that could have been in the corner, but he underthrew it. But the play before that, again, he was on his heels, and he way underthrew that one. So you can't say, well, he would have had 2 picks there. No, he would have had just 1. He didn't get the first one.
I don't know now. I do not know.
Well, you can't have 2 picks on the same drive.
No,
you only can have 1.
No, I agree, but there was one where he was backing up earlier in the game, and then he was about to get hit. And then he threw it to Slay, but it was so short that Slay couldn't pick it up. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there was other times.
Hold up. I seen a post Dave posted on Twitter, and I commented on it. The first it was like the first quarter, and Justin Jefferson got thrown the ball, and Darius Slay hit him with the old head move and grabbed his arm, and then swat the ball down. That's why Justin Jefferson was sitting up there exit for the flag. They never called it because they didn't
first
see
drive
it.
of the game.
But that's not the reason why they are lost, or that's not the reason why Justin Jefferson had the game that he had. So
when did I say that?
No, I didn't say you said that. I'm just saying that.
Okay.
You
you agree that should have been PI, right?
No, that should not.
It could have. It could have been.
No, it should not. Because one, the ball was short. Number one, because
we're talking. He's talking about a totally different play.
I remember the play.
You talk about the
first drive, the first series. Y'all hit the ball.
First drive, third down.
Yeah,
it hit Jefferson in the chest because he had one arm tied behind his back. That's the one I'm talking about.
Was it PI? Was it PI?
Yeah, was it PI? When you're literally holding on the wrist of
looking at the ball though.
When you're literally holding on the wrist of the receiver, as you can tell in the picture, and the other on his bicep, it's PI. Did I say that cost us the game? No, there's plenty of other things. I saw it. I retweeted it. I don't know if you saw it. Did I retweet it or I copied and pasted it? It wasn't on my original one, but yeah.
No.
It's PI.
But
did I bring this up? No, you just brought it up.
I did. Yeah. But we was talking about
this ugly, man, because we getting off top because we gotta get a show going on. So the ugliest thing you saw moving forward, that's alarming though, is what?
Is our offensive line graded out horrible. Again, I told people that the thing you should do is just go up the middle at Cousins. In fact, you guys came from everywhere. So yeah, you got your game plan. Our offensive line played terrible, and then up until that first pick, which everybody and their dog knows Justin Jefferson quit on that route, and Slay made the play. Either Slay did a great job because he took the route away, and Jefferson, instead of needing to cross his face, stopped and went around. And Cousins is thinking, he needs to be right there. He throws it. Slay makes the easy pick. So everything up until that point was, we had a drop ball. We could still get it back in this. But after that play, then it was a terrible throw to Thielen. He threw it behind he threw it late, and he should have probably thrown it to Jefferson up, at a closer range, but he's thinking deep to shallow on that, and he throws it to Thielen, but it was a bad throw. So once that pick happened, pretty much over. So yeah, bad decisions by Cousins, and our offensive line played absolute crap. Obviously the ugly was the defensive. There's plenty of ugly. You got I already said what was bad. That bad should have been ugly too, was our playing against the run. But if I'm going to choose ugly, it would be the offensive way they played and defended, pass protected, and then Cousins making bad decisions in the second half.
All right, look, I'm about to give you about 1 minute to say whatever you got to say about this upcoming matchup against the Detroit Lions, and then we're going to get you out of here. How are you feeling? I mean, what's your gut feeling telling you? Do y'all come out with the win or what?
Well, I mean, it's a big difference between playing at home for 2 games and then going and playing one of the loudest, potentially the loudest place to play in US Bank Stadium. So you saw what we did to the Packers. Packers came back and won the next game pretty handily. They, the couple of turnovers there, so they got some things to work out with. But the Lions have rarely ever won in Minnesota, so we have a lot going for us with a home crowd. They played sloppy against you guys, plenty of penalties. I'm expecting more penalties to come. You guys had penalties even in your home stadium, but hey, if a team coming into US Bank Stadium, if they had problems at home, against you guys, they're going to have problems at US Bank Stadium. Getting the snap count, getting the plays off. They're going to have trouble there. Now, the main thing that we got to do is get that run defense fixed. But now we have two games under the belt and a lot of tape on it. Let's see what we can do with that. We got smart coaches. Let's have them make the right decisions.
All right, so who wins?
I got us winning at home. To start, when I said we would go 12-5, I had counted the Eagles as a loss. Okay. Even though I went on your show and predicted a victory, it's just because I felt better after watching you. But in the offseason, 12-5, I picked the Eagles as a loss, Lions at home. I'll still stick with it. Lions are better than I anticipated. But we'll see what happens in US Bank Stadium.
So what's your score?
I'm probably saying like either like 27-24 or 24-19, something like that. Okay. 24-18, 19-17, something like that. Close game like now.
Hey, divisional games are always tough, you know what I mean? But the Lions are not the Lions of old. They are the new, young, America's darling because of Hard Knocks. So, hey, y'all going to have a fight on your hands. And I wish you the best of luck. Not really, but I got to say it because – but no, for real, though.
We'll see I feel like we'll see you guys again.
Hey, well, you got to get there. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, hey, I wish you the best of luck moving forward. Hopefully, y'all could, become the team that you think that y'all could become. So, all right, I'm about to let you go now. Where could they find you at? I got your YouTube link right here. Go check them out. Go troll them until I don't care, until we see them again. But where could they find you at on Twitter?
On Twitter, Skull World, but YouTube, Minnesota Sports Talk. Go over there and tell me what's up. Get me to 1,000, guys. Get me to 1,000. I'm still a newbie. And I'll bring these guys on my channel eventually.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, look, I appreciate you, man. You were a good, host on my channel on Monday night, and I appreciate you coming back for a quick recap of the good, the bad, and the ugly. And hey, I'll be watching on Sunday, and we'll see what happens, man. All right, brother.
The whole world's gonna be watching you guys after last week, after fine. Monday. So, all right, guys.
That's fine. We'll be ready.
Thanks for having
brother. Me. Hey, later. All right, yo, let's get into it, man. Hey, I know y'all tuned in to hear the upcoming matchup with our old quarterback Carson Wentz and the Commanders. Please drop anything in the chat, your score predictions, your good, bad, and the ugly, because right now we about to do the good, bad, and ugly for the Philadelphia Eagles. What we saw and, moving forward. And let's go. Let's go with the good. The good, to me, in my opinion, Hurts was poised in the pocket. I mean, this dude, there was like, hey, I want you to beat us with your arm, and he did. 26 for 31, I believe. A couple of those was bad drops by Dallas Goedert. But anyway, 26 for 31. It's hard for any quarterback in the NFL to do, but Hurts was accurate. He was making tough throws, throwing wide receivers open. When wide receivers sitting in the zone, he was, fitting those tight throws in. Playmakers got involved. Every single last wide receiver had a catch. Quez Watkins, Devontae Smith, 7 for 7. Zach Pascal, AJ Brown. Dallas got every wide receiver. He kept feeding everybody, kept them engaged. I like that because you are going to need that moving forward. And my last good is Jonathan Gannon defensive scheme. He was throwing the house, different packages, nickel packages, dime packages, but still had the pressure, trusting his DBs to play man up, and I love that. So that's my good moving forward. King, what was yours?
My good, of course, is Justin Hurts. Let's start with that. Justin Hurts Justin Hurts. What am I saying? Jalen Hurts. Sorry, my fault. Jalen Hurts, though. I really believe that Jalen Hurts figured it out. He really figured it out, man. Like last game, before the Vikings, he was playing well. He's playing well, and he just took what the defense gave him. And I think this game, he did the same exact thing. They were so worried about him scrambling, running. Even though he had 2 rushing touchdowns, he made history. He made history last on Monday. So I really believe that Jalen Hurts figured it out to the point where I'm confident going into this game. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Jonathan Gannon. You know, I'm probably the last person to have said that, but he actually had a decent scheme. Like you said, he was up on the receivers. He was up with Justin Jefferson, and I think that would meet my next point. Darius Slay. Darius Slay basically balled out to the point where he was comfortable what he was doing, deflecting passes, getting interceptions, and just making them know that he's not getting the ball. His targets to him, I think he only had 1 catch on Slay. So that's what I'm saying. That's the good for me.
All right, so now let's turn to, of course, with the good, come with the bad. It's hard to find bad, but guess what? No team is perfect, and of course, I saw the bad. Eagles scored 0 points in the second half. That is unacceptable. Like if you want to be a team that people fear, you have to keep your foot on their throats when they're down 24-7. That was the score at what, halftime, and it
Right.
stayed there until the final quarter, the final buzzer. I don't like that because if the Vikings had any life, I mean, who knows what might have happened. I don't like how we went scoreless, in the second half. But that's really the only bad. I got a few ugly, but what was your bad?
My bad was like you said, not scoring in the second half. I did look at Dave, who we just had on. Did look at his podcast, and he was saying that that was a big thing. Whereas though they didn't give up because we didn't score, which means that and the mind manipulation is basically that he think that they played great defense. It was just really bad offense at that time because we wasn't moving the ball. Um, I don't know if I don't think I say that for the ugly, but um, overall, it was just it was a decent game. It was a decent game from the Eagles. That's all. That's the only bad I really got for the Eagles.
All right, and now for the ugly part of it. Special teams. I mean, a blocked field goal attempt, and then the return game. No return game. Jalen Hurts was starting from his own 18, 20-yard line several times. We went on 8, 9, play drives in order to get those touchdowns. But the return game need to show up. Like, you're not always going to have a good offensive game or a good defensive game. You need all three phases of the game. And so far, it's alarming that back-to-back games, our return game is non-existent. I mean, Kobe, whatever was going on in training camp, I don't know. Are they practicing the return game enough? Because field position mattered, man. We got lucky that Hurts was efficient that night. He was on fire and kept, the Minnesota Vikings defense on the field for 8-play drives and 7-play drives. But that's not always going to be the case. So we need our return game. And offensive line. What the hell? Like, all these freaking man downfield and holding. Stop it. Y'all are a veteran offensive line. Like, y'all killed drives after drives, but Jalen Hurts kept on making us, picking it up for us on first downs after first downs. You have a veteran offensive line. I don't expect these stupid penalties. I don't know if they thought that Hurts was going to run. Was it a running play that they was trying to, just move forward and start blocking? But that is unacceptable. I think we had about 6, 7 penalties on the offensive line by itself. That is unacceptable. If you're in a close ball game, you are going to lose that game because of your offensive line setting us back. So those were my uglies.
Um, my uglies were what was that too? Basically, them getting that illegal man downfield, illegal receiver downfield, I should say. That was irking me, especially on my play-by-play. And I'm just like, what is going on? 1, 2, we was marching down the field until that mishap with Jalen Hurts when he threw it to Kenny Gainwell. Now that bounced off his hands, but I'm just like, yo, like we could have scored there. I thought that was just ugly because he wasn't focused. And I look around the league, the second running back of other teams are focused. They're focused, and I'm like, we need to get King Gainwell up to speed if we're going to be playing like this. We really do. And I'm not saying that he can't make it up, but at the same time, that was unacceptable that he couldn't just catch that ball. It wasn't even a long pass. Um, and then also it was just like often the like Hassan Reddick and people like that, they weren't in the right place. I felt like he was more coverage than anything. Now the second interception from Slay, yes, he basically disrupted Kirk Cousins to get that pass short. But overall, I think that this was a decent game, but that's the three uglies that I got from this game.
All right, yo, hey, I know some of y'all probably watching and say, man, yo, we played a great game. Why are they complaining? You know what? Because there's no such thing as a perfect. Even Jalen Hurts, he said it himself, man. We came out, we blew this team out, but we left so much food on the field, man, with all these penalties, with all this missed opportunity, with the blocked field goal. So he said it himself. So it's not only us that's trying to critique our team. Even the players know that this wasn't a perfect game. Like being shut out in the second half is unacceptable, man. Like that's what I say. But now that game is behind us. Now let's move on to the upcoming matchup with the Washington Commanders. So going to this matchup right here, I mean, there's signs that put up in Philly talking about a thousand fans to FedEx Field and all that good stuff. Carson Wentz. To me, this matchup right here is the first matchup of the division, right? This is our first game within the division. And
Right.
matter of fact, this whole weekend, Giants play Cowboys, Eagles play Commanders. So this
Mm-hmm.
division could easily, everybody could be 2-1, possibly after this week. You know what I mean? Like, so this division right here, we need to go to Washington, focus. Carson Wentz. I know he said that, hey, this is another game. So talk to me about Carson Wentz, man. Are you afraid of Carson Wentz? Yes, he's been playing decent lately, but what is the biggest thing about Carson Wentz that you want to see or don't want to see moving forward in this game?
Um, the one thing that I noticed about Carson Wentz, and even since he's been with us, and then he went to the Colts, and now he's with the Commanders, is that he holds on to the ball too
What's up,
long,
Mina?
to the point where that gives us ideal time to sit up there and get some blitzes going to the point where he's on his back. He had 5 sacks last game against Detroit. You know,
Yeah.
the things I don't want to see is to give him enough time because I think Detroit let their foot off the gas on defense, and that's how they started to climb their way back to the point where he found Scary Terry. He found those other guys, whereas though that he's spreading the ball around, and that's how they was able to come back. We can't let our foot off the gas. Like week one, it was the defense that let their foot off the gas. This week, I felt like, and we both felt like it was the offense that did that. So I feel like I don't want Carson Wentz to sit up there and just have time to think. You know, we got to treat this how we treated Kirk Cousins, but we got to do it better because I don't feel like it was enough rushes in the Vikings game. But I want to see more this game to the point where we could get those multiple sacks, at least 3, and then he cannot get the ball to Scary Terry. He can't get the ball to his the other guy. I forgot the guy name, the other receiver. But I don't want to see
Curtis
that. I don't want.
Samuel, Jahan Dotson, Curtis
It was
Samuel.
Samuel.
So
It was Samuel. It was Samuel. Yeah.
yeah,
I don't want him to get the ball either because he was balling. He was balling. But at the same time, it's all about the comfortability of Carson Wentz at the end of the day because we see it in his MVP year when he was very comfortable to the point where he was making plays that we couldn't even believe that he was making. So we know firsthand of what he could do, but we also know firsthand how he could just choke and not make the right plays.
yeah. Look, hey, the biggest thing I'm seeing from Carson Wentz this season is the Dak Prescott effect, right? Like you have 2-3 quarters of you are not doing crap for your team and the other team is scoring, and now all of a sudden you start, trying to come back when it's a little bit too late. But Carson Wentz, to me, look, he could get hot, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not scared of Carson Wentz. Okay, I respect him, from 2017 season, but I'm not afraid of Carson Wentz because I think he's worse than Kirk Cousins in the pocket. Carson Wentz holds on to the ball. Kirk Cousins, he's trying to get rid of the ball. But Carson Wentz will give this team opportunities to get sacks after sacks after sacks, especially you saw the scheme, that Jonathan Gannon was playing on Monday night. If that was Carson Wentz back there, I'm telling you right now, we at least get 3 sacks on Carson Wentz. But if we don't get pressure on Carson Wentz, he will make you look foolish. He got a gun, he got a cannon, and he got talent on the offensive side. Curtis Samuel, Jahan Dotson, Gibson, Logan Thomas, the tight end. So this team is loaded on the offensive side. So do not be fooled saying that the Commanders are trash, whatever. But like I said, for the same thing I said for Kirk Cousins and JJ, get to Kirk Cousins, you take away JJ. You get to Carson Wentz, you take away those weapons. So the key, pressure Carson Wentz, hit him over and over. I'm telling you, he is thinking about this game. I don't care what he said, but he got this game on his mind, and he's going to try to be the hero. He's going to try to beat Philly. I mean, that's just natural, right? You know what I mean? Hey, they got rid of me. They traded me. They didn't want me. So I'm going to go in this game, try to prove that y'all got rid of the wrong guy. So you need to get pressure on Carson Wentz and his weapons, man. Some people say that this is the best weapon he had, since he's been in the NFL. I mean, he did had Torrey Smith and Alshon Jeffrey and Nelson Aguilar and Zach Ertz. So, I mean, to me, it's kind of like, okay, a push, but still, that was young Carson Wentz. Now it's old Carson Wentz, so maybe he might need better talent in order to make him look good. But I'm telling you right now, respect this game. If you go into this game thinking that Carson Wentz is going to be, because we watched him for 3-4 years of fumbling the ball, bad interceptions at the wrong time, I'm telling you, watch out. His weapons are legit too, but their offensive line is banged up. I think their center is out for the season. So now, I mean, if I'm Jonathan Gannon, if I'm Hartford, barbecue chicken. All right, barbecue chicken back there. He is standing back there to get hit. He's going to be pressured. It's hard, especially your center that you've been working with the whole offseason, training camp, out. It's hard to go in there as a new center and be on the same page. Take advantage of it up in the middle. So before we move on, any last thing on Carson Wentz and his weapons in this game?
It's not really a detrimental thing. Like I'm not really nervous about this game. On the offensive side, I'm not really worried about this game. Carson Wentz, we know what he's capable of doing, but we also know how we could control that narrative. So we just need to go out there and play football.
Yeah, facts. So all right. So before we go on to the next topic, aggrandizer, JC and King DV, JC. A rep the district was looking for Eagle content creator for their show. I know, man. Hey, but we all doing shows. And it just happened that we doing shows at the same time. So, hey, we can't go on. But I told them, hey, feel free anytime throughout the week. If I have time, I'll pop on. Cole Cowboys, who y'all got winning Monday night? I would never go for the Cowboys, Cole. Thank you for supporting my channel, brother. Hey, man. Hey, look, and no offense, I would never cheer for the Cowboys. So I got the Giants winning. King, what you got?
The Midgets is winning that game, man. Come on.
The little Giants is winning that game.
Yeah, the little Giants winning that game. I ain't worried about
that. All right. So Cole was like, y'all will beat the Commanders. Well, thank you for the vote, the vote of confidence. But
that's just fact. That's facts.
But divisional games
I know it's
are
tough.
always hard to predict. I mean, they're always hard to predict because
not this
teams,
year.
For some, it's every year.
I'm confident this year.
Every year it's hard to predict. Last year we were down to Washington Commanders by double digits. Both times we played them. So respect the Commanders. If y'all go in with big heads, because we beat the Vikings on Monday night. Just like Jason Kelsey said, we haven't done shit yet. So 2-0 is
We
good,
haven't.
but guess
Yeah.
what? 3-0 sounds even better.
Right.
So definitely respect your opponent, or you're gonna get punched in the mouth like the Vikings did on Monday night, because they was coming out off that high horse win against the Packers, and then boom, they got punched in the mouth. So we cannot go and like the Vikings did coming to Philly. So always respect your opponent, but you don't gotta fear them, but you can respect them.
I do respect them.
Hey, what's up, brother? Man, you over here, man. You over here talking trash about your opponent, man.
No,
You
I'm
don't
not.
respect
I'm just
your
saying
opponent.
I'm not scared. I'm not worried. I cannot be worried. Be respectful too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. Popping in to show some love, man. I couldn't make it. Hey, look, it's all good, man. It's all good in the hood. Hey, I hope you are doing well, recovering from that ass whooping, man. Hopefully, y'all don't catch another L. I already told you earlier today, I think the Lions is going to win this game. They are a much better team than, in my opinion, than the Minnesota Vikings, because their defensive front is no joke. Unleash Hutch is a real thing. This dude had 3 sacks by himself. So we'll see if y'all could contain Hutch. But I'm telling you right now, Amon St. Brown, he's going to eat y'all alive. And Swift, if y'all can't stop the run, y'all can't stop the pass, good luck, my friend. Good luck. Let me see. Joseph, I bet you did Purple Pocket Podcast. Yes, sir. Grandizer, welcome. Let me see. Not chicken. Yeah, barbecue chicken. Not chicken. Barbecue chicken. Barbecue chicken. Purple Podcast. I PM you, Dave. But Jason, you should have went on there now and do your show after. Nope, I'm good. I'm not that desperate to go on my show, man. It's all good, man. I mean, look, we play them again. Like, in 5 weeks or so. So, I mean, there's plenty of time to do content with them. Let me see where we at. All right, so the defensive matchup, man. Defensive game plan heading into this Sunday. Those are my key things. You have to pressure Carson Wentz. You have to hit him. You have to treat him like a mediocre quarterback. Do not respect him. You start respecting him, he gonna feel cocky. He gonna start throwing it all over the field. Have to pressure him. You have to get sacks, man. I'm tired of Philadelphia Eagles not really getting sacks. Like, I mean, that's the big thing that we all came into this season saying. Hargrave, Fletcher Cox, Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham's back. He been silent. Hassan Reddick. The pressure is starting to creep up, but no sacks. I want the Eagles to at least get some sacks. So, especially with the talent on the defensive front, and create turnovers. Like fumbles. Carson Wentz will hold on to the ball, punch the ball out, and be ready for the tip passes, because he got a gun. He trusts his arm so much that he gonna try to squeeze it into something, tip ball, be ready to catch those tip passes, because you will have opportunity to create turnovers. Go ahead, King.
From our defense, I want more pressure, like you said. I want us to use Hargrave. I want us to use Sweat better, to the point where we know that what they could do. They could get to the quarterback. Fletch, I'm missing people. But I already know that, we got the defense to do it. We just got to go out there and do it. We haven't been pressuring quarterbacks since Jim Schwartz era. So I need us to get back to that. And, Jonathan Gannon has to put that in his arsenal. Yes, he had a hell of a game last game, but he has to do something different. He cannot be a predictable defense, because if so, these teams are going to tear you apart. Yes, our schedule ahead is kind of, winnable, to the point where, we're comfortable right now. But look, we can't sleep on. No. People, listen, hear me out. I'm talking to the people now. People are looking at us as we could go possibly 6-0 now. Possibly 6-0 before the bye. I'm just saying that don't sleep on nobody. That's what I'm saying. Don't sleep on nobody. Because who we dealing with. We're dealing with Jonathan Gannon, that's very predictable, to the point where he could go right back to what we were week 1 or last year. So I want our defense to sit up there and play even better game than we did on against the Vikings, and that seemed like it was like taking candy from a baby. But this game, I want us to treat it like it's a divisional rival.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Washington Commanders had better weapons on offense than the Minnesota Vikings did. Like to
Whew.
me, Thielen is a little older. Right now he's like a non-threat, right? It's all about Justin Jefferson, right? Everybody, Justin Jefferson, Kirk to Jefferson. So, but the Commanders, they got speed. Do not sleep on Jahan Dotson, my boy from Penn State. When the Commanders drafted him, I was like, no, I did not want him to go to a Commander or any NFC East team if he
Right,
wasn't coming to Philly. So
right.
he is very good. He could track the ball very well. Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel is a gadget wide receiver. He could do it all. He could run. He could do trick plays. He could. I'm telling you right now. So this weapon, Logan Thomas, big physical tight end. He could catch the ball. And Gibson and J.D. McKissick. This offense is loaded more than the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings, you take J.J. away, you stop Cook. That's it. There's really nothing else to me. But there's no tight end over there. Like, there's no, like Thielen is not better than Curtis Samuel to me right now. Like he's not. He's reliable, but
Yeah.
as far as a threat, hell no. He's not a threat anymore. He used to be when Dick was over there. Remember, that's why Diggs was mad. He couldn't get enough, target because Thielen was eating it up. Now it's just like, okay, where's Thielen at? Where's he at? He's non-existent. So the Commanders are more talented on offense than the Vikings. They have more weapons, so that's all I'm saying. So this is not going to be as easy as it was on Monday night. And plus, we was playing at home. Monday night opener, our home opener. The fans was out there. Celebrities was out there left and right. We came out there was like, man, let's do this. Let's put on a show. Now we got to travel, down the road a little bit. Man. It's not that far.
Down 95.
But still, hostile environment, even though I feel like it's going to be a lot of Eagle fans up in there.
So many Eagles fans.
There's signs everywhere on Philly. Everybody go to DC, go to Washington.
They got buses to send fans there.
Yeah, they got buses going over there, bringing fans. If you are close by, just come out there because we gonna
tailgating out there too.
Game. Oh yeah, I will be tailgating, man. We're gonna make this a home game on Sunday. So, but definitely on offense, on defense, it's a little suspect for them. Because their safety, Curl, Kim Curl, he's still out. Chase Young, their pass rush is not as good as it was.
It's not as strong as it was, yeah.
Exactly. So on defense, but on offense, they could score with the best of them. So, but I definitely need this game plan. Pressure, sacks, turnovers, anything you got to do to make Carson Wentz feel uncomfortable. So, do you think Carson Wentz going to be pressing a little bit, or do you feel like, he's just when the game starts, everything calm down? How do you see this first, him coming out there, first possession, first half? How do you see this thing going?
I think he's going to be a little bit confident because he's home. Now, when he gets to the link, it's another story. But this game, he's going to be a little bit more confident. He's going to be a little bit more confidence that, I know what to expect and things like that. But we got some new hitters on our defense, and he's not ready for it. I just want Jonathan Gannon to stick to what he said before the season started and just give these guys the opportunity to be the guys that y'all signed. That's it. If we're allowing Hassan Reddick to be a coverage guy, where is he at? The guy from Carolina who was blitzing and getting to the quarterback. We need those guys to be those type guys. We got Kaiser White to be the dual linebacker in coverage and being able to get to the quarterback as well. So we need that. We need the players to do. CD Deuce, another one. He was quiet these last 2 games.
Yeah.
But, we need him to step up. He had, 3 weeks? I'll say about 3, maybe a month 3 weeks to a month to see the playbook. So he needs to, he's a professional. He needs to know the playbook to the point where he can play. I need him to be making out there making some plays. He said that he was the best safety in the NFC. So I want to see it. I want to see this.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Too evil, man. What's going on, man? Say, do we need a new bounty gate to take care of Hurts? I don't understand that question. Is it bodyguard? You mean the left side? Like, I don't understand that question. Do you?
No,
All right.
I understand it when I've seen it.
So Joseph, we have to stay focused every game. I completely agree. What is going on, Drew? What's up, man? Hey,
Drew.
welcome to the screen, man. Hey, if y'all watching, man, please make sure y'all hit that like button for your boy. I believe we're live on yours too, right, King?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
hit
we're
the
live on both.
like button and subscribe to the channel if you're on JC channel, and vice versa. If you're on my channel, holla at my bro. He put out good content, man. I couldn't be doing this without him, man. So, shout out to him.
So now here we go. This is interesting. This is about to get a little spicy here, folks. All right. So this is about to get a little spicy. And please, if you're watching, let me know. Let's play a little devil's advocate. What would the storyline be if the Eagles loses to Wentz and the Washington Commanders come Monday and all throughout the week until the next game? What would the storyline be? I mean, like, I have a couple ideas. King, do you want to go first or what?
I'll go first.
All right.
Did the Eagles and their fans become humbled after the first couple weeks, or are the Eagles really serious Super Bowl contenders? Or this is stuff that I can draw up because a lot of national media and newspaper articles and bloggers is basically saying that they got us as the top 3, if not the top NFC team right now. They had because I was looking at, shout out to Simone with the sports, I was looking at her video today, and she was basically saying that they had the Bills and the Eagles up there, so as the Super Bowl. So it's a lot to go into this. If we lose to them after they come off the loss to the Detroit Lions, after we beat the Detroit Lions, it's like, yo, what's up? What y'all doing? And then then they're gonna start looking at the press conferences. They're gonna be like, oh no, his body language looks off and everything. We in a microscope now because of what Hurts did, because of what the defense did. Now we got to not follow that, but we gotta keep this thing moving. Like you said, we can't sit up there and just look at it as a weak opponent. We gotta take this thing week by week. Rent is due every single week, and we gotta go out there and scrape the plate.
Yeah, I agree, man. Before I go, man, let me see. Cole was like, y'all going to destroy the Commanders. Their defense sucks. I know Cole is trying to troll a little bit. You know what I mean? Trying to get us all up here. No, I ain't falling for it, Cole. Hell no. We ain't going to destroy them. This is going to be a good divisional game. Going to be tight, and the best team is going to win. We will see. I ain't going to fall for your trick, Cole. Media will have contenders and pretenders segment. Okay, well, that's a good one. Let me see. It depends how the game plays out. Okay. Yo, I have one. Let me see. Yo, interesting point about Reddick. What do you do with him? Do you move him to DN and let Dean play the Sam? We will touch on that real quick. And let me see. Got that Cowboy scope on you now. Okay, all right, yeah, right. Look. The juiciest story headline to me is this. All right. Did the Philadelphia Eagles keep the right quarterback? Jalen Hurts versus Carson Wentz. That's what you're going to hear about the whole week. Jalen Hurts versus Carson Wentz. They should have kept Carson Wentz. He looked better. He could have been better with his weapons around him. Y'all should have built around Carson Wentz. Blah, blah, blah. That's the storyline right there.
It's funny you said that. It's funny you said that because I was listening to the radio on 94.1. They had Brandon Graham on. And basically they asked Brandon Graham when he sacked Carson Wentz to say, yeah, we got the better quarterback. It's funny that you said that. It's funny that you said that.
I didn't even hear that. But that's Philly for you, though. The fans already split. fan base don't want Hurts. Half the fan base is still in love with Carson Wentz. Now imagine if Carson Wentz looked way better than Jalen Hurts. Oh my God. Jalen Hurts is like, it's going to be not like, I don't know how, man, is it going to be by the media, but definitely the fans is going to go hard on Hurts. Well, he had one good game. Carson Wentz is more accurate. He could throw. He's mobile. Oh, we should have kept him. He was, close to winning the 2017 MVP. I'm telling you, it's going to be all about the quarterback. Some people say it's going to be a black and white thing. I don't know. Me personally, the skin cut doesn't matter to me. That's why some people are still in love with Carson Wentz. It is what it is. So I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. But the headline throughout the week, Hurts versus Wentz. Did the Philadelphia Eagles do the right thing by keeping Jalen Hurts and trading away Carson Wentz? Of course, it's going to be, little other storylines out there, but in my opinion, that will be the biggest storyline to me.
Yeah, it would because the quarterback always get the spotlight over the team, and they're supposed to be the leaders. So this is probably going to be a game of who's the better quarterback. You're probably right, but at the same time, I think Jalen Hurts would come up on top because of the all-around team that he has now. I really agree. Believe that.
And my humble opinion now, I've seen both quarterbacks play, and I was a big Carson Wentz fan. I even got his jersey still. In my humble opinion, Jalen Hurts to me, because he's overall better than Carson Wentz, leadership-wise, check the box. A better runner, check the box. He knows how to slide, right? Unless he see an opening and he gets low. Check that box. Team love to play for him. Rally behind him. Check the box. Everything is check the box. Maybe the only thing that Carson Wentz got to me, maybe he's more, accurate, probably got a bigger arm. But everything else goes to Jalen Hurts. I was not a big fan. A lot of us wasn't. I was not a big fan of the pick when the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts. I thought that they should have drafted weapons and put around Carson Wentz, especially him dragging, garbage wide receivers, off the practice squad, off the streets. No wide receivers had 500-yard receiving. Never happened before in NFL history. He threw for 4,000 yards. And then you go into the draft and then you draft a quarterback instead of trying to build around him. I think that was a big mistake. But hindsight 2020, Howie must know something. Fragile mind, fragile body, wasn't a good leader, whole bunch of stuff. And it's shown right now. As soon as Hurts got drafted, he didn't want to compete. He didn't want nothing to do with him. And, so right now it showed that Howie Roseman did the right move. But at that time, I wasn't a big fan, but now I love the move the past couple of years. And overall, I'm being clear-headed. I think that Jalen Hurts overall is a better quarterback than Carson Wentz. True or false? You have your own opinion.
So Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Carson Wentz. The only downfall of Jalen Hurts is really his arm and being consistent. It's not, I love what I've seen last week, but at the same time, are we going to see it this week? Our fans and people going to be in like, oh, he didn't spread the ball this week like he did last week. You know what I'm saying? So it's always going to be a microscope on Jalen Hurts, and I got to live with that because I always try to take up for him. But at the same time, it's just like Carson Wentz had all these chances, and he didn't really do too much with it. Yeah, he had a almost strong MVP season before he got injured, but they were saying that Carson Wentz basically, went left when, we won a championship and all that. And then him and Howie start having beef. It wasn't him and Doug. He
still managed to drag it to the playoffs in 2019 also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So really he was starting because, Carson Wentz is all about confidence, right? Before that winning streak start, the 4-game winning streak start to get us into the playoffs, and you heard the rumors of bad leader, and then we won one game. That Monday night game, I was at the game. It was raining against the Giants, overtime. Boom! Right then and there, he gained confidence, went and beat Washington, went and beat Dallas, got into the playoffs, won the division. So he's all about confidence. The minute he started losing confidence, that's when everything went wrong. So yes, I do agree. People say after the Super Bowl that Nick Foles, even, he kind of said it, mentally checked out. But he checked back in. Somewhere in there, like a year and a half later, he still was checked back in. I think that he checked out once Jalen Hurts was drafted in the second round instead of getting wide receivers to put around.
I mean, honestly, being honest with you, as a man, I would not want somebody like, if y'all tell me I'm the guy, regardless if I got hurt and then the other guy took me to the Super Bowl, whatever. If you tell me if I'm the guy and you sit up there and draft another guy after I just took y'all here, then yeah, I'm gonna feel some type of way too. So that's why I couldn't be that.
But you got paid. You just got paid, bro.
You got paid. Because in my mind, I'm like, I got paid because you told me that I was the guy.
Okay, but you got paid. Right. You are the guy. You got paid. I mean, that's called to me mentally weak. Like, that's a mentally weak mindset.
How?
If you know what? Because every even in the regular world, like non-athletes, right? Us, we do have people that's waiting to get, to take over your job when you slip up. How you gonna handle it? Are you gonna man up and learn how to do the job better and make yourself unfireable? They say, learn other skill set to make yourself more marketable, or you gonna say, you know what, man, bump this, man. I got bills I gotta pay. I'm gonna fight for my job. So that to me was a weak mindset, and I'm glad that weak mindset is gone. You know what I mean? If that's what it was, I'm glad that weak mindset is gone, especially in Philly. You cannot have a weak mind to play in the city of Philly.
I think we both saying the same thing, because what I'm saying is I would feel some type of way, but I would sit up there and take it out on and solidifying my position as the starting quarterback. But I wouldn't have sit up there and took it out on ownership. I wouldn't have took it out on our GM. I would have sat up there and said, all right, well, they see something that I'm not seeing, so I'm gonna prove them wrong. I'm gonna use that as motivation. That's how I would do it. Now, what he did, I don't know. I don't know the rumors and all that between that. I don't know what really happened, but that's what I heard. I heard that, everything just went left, and then they gave him Frank Wright, and that went left too. So now he's with the Commanders.
Hey, they say, look around. If you've been traded 3 times, what's the common denominator? You got traded from Philly, you got traded from Indy, and now you on your 3rd team in 3 years. So I think you're the problem and not the teams. But I do want to get to this comment real quick. I don't want to ignore nobody's comment. I really think that Hassan Reddick should strictly be rushing at the end, man. You know what I mean? We have enough linebackers. Kaiser White, TJ Edwards, Nakobe Dean, Bradley. He's still on the team, right? Yeah. We still got Bradley.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's still on the team because we got rid of Davion Taylor. So Bradley, I mean, we got enough linebackers that if I'm Hassan Reddick, I'm feeling a little bit, salty right now, because you saw my skill set at Carolina. You saw my skill set, especially when I played against y'all. You know what I mean? I was going after the quarterback, sacking the quarterback. And now you bring me to Philly, and now you want me to play not what I was doing that made y'all sign me to this big contract. So I would just put him at the end. I would just put him at the end, even if you got to take, Sweat out. Rotate them. I don't care. Or just have him strictly as the 5th guy on the line, constantly rushing. You can't stop them. I'm telling you right now, if it's 5-on-5, the Eagles are getting through that line, and you saw it. But if it's 4-on-5, we can't get pressure on the quarterback. That's when bad things happen. I would use Kaiser White as the Cowboys use Micah Parsons. Move him to left, move him to right, make him go up the A gap. I don't care. But get this dude strictly rushing and let the other linebackers just play linebacker.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But like to play advocate, I think that they're easing the rooks in there. They easing N'Kobe Dean and Jordan Davis in there, because of the stuff that was going on in college, and then the injury that everybody was so concerned about. That's why he fell to us in the third round, I believe. So I think that that's what they're doing. So I don't think that they're going to do that type of move. I would like to see Hassan Reddick on the line more. I would like to see him applying pressure to these quarterbacks into that offensive line, especially the weak side, to the point where he could just eat all day. And he loves playing for Philly because he's from here. So
Yeah,
why not give him that motivation? Like, yo, we believe in you. Here, eat.
yeah,
You go ahead and go after the quarterback. Don't sit up there and worry about coverage, man. We got that covered. You go ahead
yeah.
and just go out, do your job.
Yeah, agree. Cool Cowboy, Jerry Jones, believe in y'all. Man, I don't care. Man, look, but that's the wrong person to say Jerry Jones. I don't care about Jerry Jones, man. He's
No,
delusional. He's been delusional for about 80 years now. So whatever he says, go in one ear and out the other. Granddad, did you guys dance the gritty like Cool Cat? Nah, man. Look,
no,
man. Look,
man.
I don't dance no more, man. Hey, I got bad knees. We don't need Jerry believing in us. Absolutely, Joseph. F Jerry. Hey, believe in your Cowboys. Leave the Eagles, name out your mouth. Show us the gritty, JC. All right. Wait for it. I will. All right. I wasn't a big fan when we drafted Hurts either. Yeah, completely agree, man. Uh, JC Duty saying Eagles can't stop the Commanders' offense. Look, the same way they were saying that we can't stop the Vikings' offense. You get to Carson Wentz, you stop the Commanders' offense. I mean, that's the key. I'm like, if any quarterback, a mediocre quarterback, if he have time to sit back there and eat, and eat like a steak and have, freaking dessert afterwards, he gonna pick your team apart. That's why. That's why Jalen Hurts picked the Vikings apart, because they were sitting back playing that zone, and he just toot, 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 8-play
I'll put it
drive,
this
9-play
way.
drive. So
I'll
it
put
is
it
what
this
it is.
way. If Marcus Mariota had enough time, Kyle Pitts would still be a starter. He still would have his slot. They put somebody else in because Kyle Pitts wasn't really doing that well. So if Marcus Mariota had that time to be able to survey the field and everything like that, be a whole different Atlanta Falcons team. So any quarterback, like you said, a mediocre quarterback like Marcus Mariota, have enough time, they can do damage. You see Flacco, he had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, yeah, with the Jets. And
Right,
Flacco has been washed since he won the Super Bowl. Like since he got paid, like 10 years ago, he's been
right.
washed, and he tore the who was it? The Steelers? No, the Browns, right? The
No,
Jets
it's
beat
the
the
Steelers.
Browns. No, the Browns. The Jets
No,
beat
it's
the
the Browns.
Browns.
It was the Browns. It was the Browns.
So yeah, so he tore the Browns defense apart. You know what I mean? So if you got time, it is what it is. You're gonna get torn apart. So Hurts has grown on me. Absolutely. Hurts have
Yeah,
grown on everybody, man.
yeah.
Besides the haters that would
Haters. Yeah.
never, unless Jalen Hurts win a Super Bowl, 10 of them, they would never be on his side. You know what I mean? It's just facts.
Man,
Some
I
people
heard.
can't stand Jalen Hurts because he replaced their beloved, Carson Wentz. So
Now you got haters being like, okay, well, he's running too much. You
I
know,
answered your question.
he's putting himself out there too much to get hurt. He can get hurt. He needs to stay in the pocket more. But I'm like, that's not his game. If you take away his game, then you're gonna sit up there and complain, oh, he's not doing well throwing. He's well on the run. He's well on the go. So let him be him. Just like y'all let Carson Wentz beat him, Foles, Sam Bradford. I'm just naming all the Caucasian quarterbacks that I can name, but just let him be him. It was a lot of hiccups with Donovan McNabb when he first started, but look what he did. Look what he did. So you gotta give
You
this young
still
man
couldn't
time.
stand McNabb. If
No,
McNabb
I
took
know,
this
I
team
know.
to 4 NFC conference game, and still, McNabb right now is still hated by some fans because he never won us a Super Bowl, but he never had talent besides T.O. And yes, I don't care what happened in the Super Bowl. Yes, he probably was nervous. He probably was maybe the reason why we didn't beat the Patriots in '04. I understand that. But look at his track record, man. We like every year in, year out, going into the season, for a fact Eagles was going to be in the playoffs.
Right.
Every year. Because you had McNabb, the Jim Johnson defense, and you had Andy Reid. That's all you needed. You was going to a playoff. Todd Pixton, James Thrash, you know what I mean? Greg Lewis. Who those guys?
Selleck.
Besides Selleck, but these other wide receivers we had were trash. And still, he did a lot with
Fred. Don't forget about hands. Don't forget about Freddie Mitchell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 4th and 20. Yeah. Freddie Mitchell. That's what he had. McNabb had those guys majority of his career and still managed back-to-back division wins, NFC championship games, and still he can't get the love. But hey, it is what it is. Hurts make the playoff and win one playoff game, I'm sold on him. So you mean this upcoming year, if he makes the playoff and win one playoff game, I'm sold on him. I mean, there's a lot of Justin Herbert have never made the playoffs yet, right? I mean, this is going to be his 3rd or 4th year, but people love Justin Herbert. With Dak Prescott, been to a playoff. One playoff win. He got a franchise one playoff win in 7 years, right? This is going to be this is his 7th year now, and he got paid. Somebody believed in him. Quarterbacks are hard to get now. Good quarterbacks, franchise quarterbacks are hard to find. So regardless, if we win a playoff game this year, if he's not the reason why we lost that playoff game, you have to start thinking about, okay, he had a good season, X amount of touchdown. This team really, really looks good. Eagles have 2 first-round picks next year. Now you could build around him some more, upgrade the defense at the safety position, whatever you want. I mean, we are looking good. So why are you going to try to start over if he can't win one playoff game with his 2nd full year starting? That makes no sense to me, but what do I know? I just do YouTube. Let me see. Give him his money. Green Bay, Packers, Queen, what's going on? Who do the Eagles play next? We played the Washington Commanders Sunday at Washington. Well, they don't even play at Washington, by the way. They play in Maryland. So in Maryland, at 1 p.m. Sunday. So that's who the Eagles take on. Divisional games. The Giants play the Cowboys. Monday night, Eagles play. There's a possibility that every team in the NFC East will be 2-1. And there's a possibility there's 2 teams in the NFC East could be 3-0. And there's a possibility only one team in the NFC East is still undefeated. So there's a lot of possibilities out there, but we know. Washed up Commandos, yes. Thanks for answering. Hey, no problem, man. We just had to get through a couple a couple topics. Jason, you killing me. That is saying the Commanders defense will not allow Eagle offense to score 36 points. Are they kidding? They don't have a linebacker to spy her. Look, they can talk whatever they want. What we learned, especially Grandizer, man, hooking us up with his Vikings content creator, they were talking mad trash. Vikings defense is up there. Jalen Hurts, we're going to put him in the pocket, make him throw. We ain't going to make him run. All that is just talk. Talk is cheap to me. You know what I mean? Play the game on the field. That's why, look, I picked the Eagles to win 12, to go 12-5 because on paper, they go 17-0. But on the field, the games are played on the field, so 12-5 is realistic to me. So they can say whatever they want, but I will be on a Commanders podcast on Friday. Oh man, I forgot. Oh man. So wait, let me get his name right for y'all. I will be on his Pro Tech Sports Friday night. I will be on his channel, doing a live stream with him. So definitely tune in, and I would definitely go hard on the paint with him. So just tune in, all right? Let me see. First get past the Commanders D-line. It's over. I completely agree, JC. I think I get why you won't go on right this streak. That guy Stoner is tripping. Nah, yo. It was just bad timing, man. That's all it was bad timing. All right, so hey, we're about to get wrapped up a little bit. Give me your keys to victory, King.
My three keys to victory is basically getting to Jalen Hurts. I mean, not Jalen Hurts. Getting to Carson Wentz. Getting to him. They got weaknesses in that offensive line, and we need to win that battle. Also, Jalen Hurts just needs the defense, just how he did the last couple weeks. Let the defense have things come to him. Don't sit up there and try to force anything. Let the defense have stuff come to you to the point where you're making the right plays and you still be that guy and be the leader that you are. And also, I need our defense to sit up there, especially our secondary, to step up because he can spread out the ball. He can spread out the ball, man. Oh man,
You good? You done?
yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. All right. So look, hey, Grand Doctor, hey, you right on cue. Look, my three keys to victory, man, for the Philadelphia Eagles is this: have that hunger mentality. Go out there the same way you went out there on Monday night. Show no mercy. Get your offense, put a good offense a plan together, go down the field, and have that killer mindset. That's number one. Number two, the freaking offensive line, man. You cannot get 6, 7 penalties on stupid penalties, ineligible guy downfield. We had about 5, 6 of those on the offensive line, holding, false start. You can't do that. You on the road, offensive line got to show up and show out. And my last one, I know I could go about 10, 20 keys. Last one is defense. I want to see the exact same defense that Jonathan Gannon was showing on Monday night, but I want some sacks out of it. I want some hits. I want Carson Wentz on his back, regretting that he ever cried to leave out of Philadelphia. Punish him. Punish him blow by blow by blow every quarter. He needs to be on his back at least 5 times every quarter, a total of what? 20 times the game. I want 20 hits on him, 5 sacks, 2 fumbles, 2 picks.
I agree, man. I agree.
Yeah. Yes, I did, man. Yes, I did. And I did reach out to him, but the timing was just off. So my last thing is this, man. We about to go. If you in the chat still, you still here rocking with us, man. This is my last question right here. Who wins? What is your score? Who wins? What is your score?
Eagles win this game 28-20.
Okay, Eagles win the game 20-20. I also had Eagles winning this game, because my trap game is a following game, but I do have Eagles winning this game. And I see this game being literally 28-21, man. I think this game is going to be a lot closer than most people think. Carson Wentz, even if he's behind a couple touchdowns, but I'm telling you, just like we saw at Detroit, he started coming back. He started gaining confidence. Now the defense, they started to oh my God, let's do this. Let's rally. But it was just too late. You know what I mean? So definitely Eagles winning this game 28-21 to go 3-0 and get their first division win. Woo! I can't wait. I cannot wait. I can't wait for this game. Let me see. JC, they're saying on ref that Eagles got holes all over their defense. This is a slate cover Scary Terry, but got no one to cover the rest. Okay, look, I mean, hey, just let them say what they want to say, man. It is what it is. JC, more Commanders content creators than you are able to hook up with King DV. Yes, sir. Hey, we'll try to do something, man. But let me see. Pro Tech is pretty good. Yeah, I'll be with him on Friday night, 7 p.m. We are doing a live stream together. And Green Bay Packer Queen Eagles take the W 30-23. Hey, look, since you're supporting us, our Philadelphia Eagles, I'm telling you what, Aaron Rodgers, this is a big game for him. All right, this is a big game. It's a 425 game, primetime game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A depleted offense in Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So Aaron Rodgers definitely needs to go to Tampa and make a statement win, and I think he gets it. I think he do go because the Bucks don't have enough offensive power. So I do have Green Bay winning that game.
So do I.
30-17. Like literally 30 to
Yeah.
17. I do have Green Bay dominating this game
I
because
got,
the running game, you can't stop Aaron Jones and Dylan. And plus, they have Sammy Watkins, Lazari's back, Randall Cobb, the tight end, Tanyan. So, look, I do have them winning this game, but we'll see. Yeah, it's going to be scary, but I think we got this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, on that note, man, look, I appreciate all y'all, man. We try to keep it an hour, but hey, once we start talking Eagles and football and then y'all questions, I love it, by the way. But definitely tune in Friday, Eagles versus Washington live stream. We will be lit. We will be live, and bring your drinks, and you know what I mean, and bring your popcorn because we are about to go at it. As always, man, appreciate all y'all. Don't forget to hit that like button on both channels. Subscribe to my guy King DV. You know what I mean? So, any last word, King, before we get out of here?
Go Birds, man. Look, I'm not gonna be here for about 9 days, so hopefully my guys can hold it down for me for the preseason. I mean not preseason, the postseason, the preseason pre-show before the game.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir. Hey, on that note, go Birds, beat the Turds. Yes, sir.